Seeing media headlines about Bronny James vs Cooper Flagg being absolute cinema forced me to watch the entire game, and on the contrary, it was a total debacle blown way out of proportion. First possession of the game, we got Cooper Flagg almost missing the entire basket. But Dalton Knecht on the other end says, "Anything you can't do, I can't do either." Wait, has anyone ever said that actually? Jokes aside, Bronny James saw that and decided to take matters into his own hands.
Around the Baisley scream, step back over Flagg, and that jumper's wet to start the night.
Ends up with a contested three.
James laces the three.
Okay, LeBron Junior drains 2 consecutive shots over the #1 pick, getting everybody amused. But then Ryan Nembhard, with his brother Andrew in attendance, slowly started to steal the spotlight.
Here's Ryan Nembhard, the younger brother of Andrew Nembhard, and knocks down his first jumper. Nembhard, diminutive but dynamic on his way to the bucket.
Jeez, he left Bronny in the dust. And a couple of minutes later, Cooper exploded coast to coast for the one-handed slam.
And here's Flagg on the break, punching it home. Welcome to the league, Cooper Flagg.
On his next trip down the court, Flagg showed his mid-range bag as well.
Got enough handle to take it on the break himself. Flagg using the self-checkout line.
And this would have been a great assist if the big fella was able to finish the play. Unlike him, Cooper can finish through contact with ease.
Here he is on the break, got the pass, and one. Cooper Flagg.
However, he couldn't hit anything from downtown in this game, finishing 0 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Drive, good cut. Flagg for 3. He front-rimmed it, retrieved by the Mavericks.
But at the start of the second, Flagg almost brought the house down when
Flagg right down Main Street. Took some soul to the hole, but couldn't punch it.
You hear the oohs and ahs. This would have broken the internet if he got it to go. And sizing up against the much smaller James, you would think that that's barbecue chicken, but
He's up to 215 pounds. Knocked it away, Bronny. Put the clamps on Flagg.
It's smoky in here, Tim. I'm not too sure about this call. I mean, he's standing his ground really well.
Bronny locks down Cooper, not giving him an inch of space. But on the very next possession, Flagg uses a different strategy.
Basketball from behind eventually gets it.
Bronny's been eating his cornbread, so Flagg says, "I'm not going to walk him down. I'll knock down this midi."
He hit that one, but he'll certainly need to hit the gym as well this year. You can't have Bronny out-muscling you. Speaking of him, after knocking his first 2 shots, James Jr. went on to miss his next 6 from the field, finishing the game with 8 points on 25% efficiency, which is not something new. I really don't know why they're even putting him in context with Flagg. Dude was the 55th pick last year. How is he in the same conversation with the next big thing? I mean, even baby Nembhard, who went undrafted this year, looked like a far more complete player than Bronny.
Man, he was really good. Primary ball handler in those actions. And almost a field goal attempt per minute. Nembhard with the fadeaway, got it.
And here's another coast-to-coast action by the top prospect.
Which is what's happening when he's releasing the ball.
Interesting observation on the crossover. Flagg took it to the rim and got it to fall.
As a small forward, he showed that he can run the break effectively in this game. And remember that hyped clip of Bronny a couple of days ago showcasing his bounce at practice? Well, check this out.
Jump shot, he just wasn't able to consistently get any rhythm out there.
The lob for Bronny. Couldn't get it to go. The pass was a little bit low.
Don't listen to the commentator, that pass was on point. And while Bronny was struggling, Dalton Knecht finally got it going.
Knecht from 12. Got the fortuitous roll. Dalton Knecht with 8 points in the ball game.
They don't necessarily have to pay a lot if they're able to somehow crack the rotation. His instincts for making the right play, really solid.
Boy, Knecht, confident looking 3 right there. Knecht on the drive. Hanging in the air and puts it home.
However, the main contributor for the Lakers wasn't him nor Bronny, it was Cole Swider.
The Lakers on the move, they've got numbers. Knecht out to Swider. Automatic.
The 26-year-old, who appeared in 35 NBA games over the last 3 years, brought his A game last night, and with 22 points on 6 of 9 from downtown, led the Lakers offense. On the other end, Cooper Flagg got into an ugly shooting drought, going 0 for 6 from the field in the second half, finishing the game with a modest 10 points on 24% efficiency. That's worse than Bronny's. At least he showed his potential on the defensive end.
Hey, Cooper Flagg. On the touchdown at the rim, but he's going to see.
And in the fourth, Flagg threw another perfect lob, but his teammates just weren't able to finish anything. So the game went down to the wire.
Snyder for the lead. And the Lakers go up by 2. Gets the switch with Snyder. Time for a little bag work. Nembhard. Does that look familiar?
Look at Dalton Knecht here as he steals the ball from Nembhard, gets a full head of steam but misses the point-blank layup. Unbelievable. Down by 1 in the clutch, Cooper delivers the play of the night when...
He's a little hurt right now. Flagg with the block at the rim. Dallas, Nembhard for the lead. Ryan Nembhard in full effect.
Wow, look at the extension of his arm to block the layup, lead the break, and then find the trailing Nembhard for the splash. That fired up Andrew, who was watching from the sidelines. His little brother led the Mavs with 21 points on 57% efficiency. He was the man of the game. Up by 2 with time winding down, Flagg had a chance to seal the deal, but...
Flagg pulls up and shoots an air ball.
This leads us to the final possession of the night, and instead of finding a shot for the red-hot Snyder, we had to watch Bronny going full Westbrook mode.
Bronny off the screen, gets the switch. 5 on the clock, little bag work, pulls the 3. A little bit strong, comes off out of bounds. I thought he had an opportunity after getting the switch here, Tim, to get down there.
Well, he did.
And that's the end of the game. Dallas hangs on to win it 87-85. Cooper Flagg ends up with 10 points on 5 of 21. Bronny James with 8 points and misfiring on that final 3.
Dallas won the game where we saw nothing close to what the mainstream media tried to sell us. The ugly truth is that Bronny is still a G League player, while Cooper Flagg had a pretty bad outing for such a high-profile first pick. At least he owned that after the game.
I would say that might be one of the worst games of my life, but no, we got the win, so that's what really matters to me. Not up to my standard. I'm gonna regroup. I'm gonna be all right. It's a new feeling, new environment, new teammates. They had my back. I didn't have my best game, but I'm gonna just keep going forward.
He showed flashes of his potential on both sides of the floor. It's understandable for him to miss a lot of shots. It's his first game ever. When the season starts and his nerves set into place, I expect him to help the Mavs a lot. And playing alongside guys like AD, Clay, and Kyrie will definitely bring the best out of him. Something that Coach Kidd is excited about.
That was something I was wondering if we were going to see, maybe a little bit more of point Coop. Is that something that you're planning to employ, particularly as you wait for Kyrie Irving to get healthy with your squad?
Yeah, I think when you have someone like Cooper who can handle, who can shoot, who can pass, you want the ball in his hands. And so he's a great decision maker. Just his poise as an 18-year-old is incredible.
That's it for now. Let me know in the comments how high of a ceiling do you think Cooper Flagg has. Subscribe and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.